Hey everyone, welcome back. Well, today I'm not really covering anything too specific other than the fact that a lot of you people have been reaching out to me voicing your concern for my safety. Listen, you all heard that there's some shit going down in downtown LA regarding ICE and this illegal invasion that this evil orangutan has thrust upon our city. Now, none of us are too happy about it, but the fact of the matter is, as far as my safety is concerned, understand that I'm in Hollywood and I'm relatively in a safe area, at least for the time being. We did have a lot of action here the last time that evil fool was in power. And yeah, there was a lot of marching on this exact street, in fact. You know, we had marchers, we had riot police, and yeah, there was a couple incidents, and it did get a little hairy. But we survived all that, and we'll survive this. And all this illegal shit that's taking place, well, it's taking place a ways from here. See, we're in Hollywood. We're not in downtown LA. That's where the majority of this is going on. So for the most part, I'm relatively safe. And so if that situation does change, I will make a video about it and maybe even have to broadcast live just to get my point across. Who knows what will happen? But well, let's hope it doesn't get to that. But if, and I do say if, we do see federal or I dare say National Guard troops, me being a former ex-military brat and whose father was not only in the United States Army and served a tour in Vietnam, but spent another 30 years in the Air National Guard defending this country. I know for a fact that these are citizen soldiers. They're not the fascists that are willingly doing this. You know, if they get called up by the governor, they're supposed to go out and help out and help with natural disasters or quell any kind of, type of unrest where they're necessary. But otherwise, what's happening here is illegal orders, and they need to be reminded of that. So if you do come across any of these people, do remind them they are following illegal orders, and they swore an oath to the Constitution to protect its citizens. This is not protecting citizens. This is protecting the evil regime. And these guys need to pack their gear and go home. Plain and simple. Now, as far as LAPD, we're seeing lots of clips of these guys pulling shit. Now, don't be fooled. There are a few good officers out there, but they're few and far between. I think we saw all of the good ones yesterday at the Pride Festival, and there weren't that many, sorry to say. So yeah, a lot of Nazis with badges in this town, and yeah, I'm sure they all vote Republican. Actually, I do know that for a fact. They bragged about it when I was held at gunpoint by them at one point. That was a long time ago, and I've never forgiven them for that shit. But today's a different day, and again, we're going to survive this shit. And eventually that fool, I don't know, maybe the fickle cheeseburger of fate might step in. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe a wet boy, who knows? Maybe the old fucker just keels over and shits in his diaper on a golf course and plops right next to his dead ex-wife's empty corpse. Because there ain't no goddamn ashes in that fucking lot. No, he made sure of that because, when you strangely throw someone to their death, or have someone do it for you, right on the very day their NDA expires, that looks a little suspicious. And why you had 6 pallbearers for a casket that had no body in it, and why the kids won't even visit their mother's grave? Come on. He didn't raise them, she did. So obviously something going on there. But that's another story. We're not going to get into that right now. So again, I'm in Hollywood. It's relatively safe here in this part of the city. Can't speak for other parts of, particularly downtown. And again, none of us agree with this. None of us are happy about it, but we're prepared for further escalation. Again, hopefully it won't come to that, but for the time being, yours truly is safe. Should that situation change, I will make an update, and hopefully we won't have to. There's enough people out there voicing their opinions, out there protesting, out there standing up to these people, and some people right there on the front lines. And gotta love these people. It's like you're fighting for the rights. This is what you want to see in your country. This is what democracy is about. This is what it is to be an American, is to fight for your rights. You protest, you speak out any way you can, even if it's just doing what I'm doing, making videos and trying to reach out to people. Again, enough people reached out to me directly, both on Blue Sky, some on Instagram and elsewhere, worried about my personal safety. And so, again, for the time being, I'm okay. I'm safe. As far as I know, the areas where my kids' schools are safe. And, of course, we all work from home. So, we don't really have to venture anywhere. We don't necessarily have to, unless we absolutely need to. But so far, that's not warranted. So, again, we will survive this shit. And trust me, that fool ain't gonna live forever. And when he passes, there gonna be a lot of people in that evil regime that's gonna have to answer for what they've done. And trust me, we're not gonna let them forget. And like I said at the Pride Parade, one day it's gonna be us that's gonna be erasing them. You watch it. Trust you, believe you me. We're gonna erase that big T motherfucker any way we can. And we will, because he's fucking picked this fight, and we're the ones that we're gonna end it. So, stay strong, my friends. Stay care. And again, thank you for all the love and support and the voices of concern. And again, we're living in very precarious times. And so I need everyone to be vigilant. But what I don't need is for people to be silent. So, if you're worried about me, that's fine. I appreciate it. But please check in on your friends. Please check in on your neighbors. And make sure everyone's okay if you hear of shit going down. Because this shit ain't right. And we all need to stand together and stand up to this fascism. Because it ain't going to survive. Adolf Hitler was promised a 1,000-year Reich. It lasted 13 years. And the whole world smacked them pretty hard. And, Germans will be the first one to tell you what's the price of that capitulation. So, we're not going to allow this to get to that point. Certainly not. We've lived with freedom for too long. And even those who never truly had true freedom are learning that this is worth fighting for. So, to all other people out there, those who are on the front lines and those who are in hiding and those who are fighting back, stay strong. We love you all, and you are part of the city. You are part of this country. Even those of you who are undocumented, you are valued. We know you pay taxes. We know you contribute. Without you guys, this place wouldn't run. For that matter, a lot of this country wouldn't run. Can you imagine seeing MAGA voters out there in the fields picking their own goddamn fruit? Hell no, they ain't gonna do that shit. And they sure ain't gonna do all the other shit that a lot of these migrants do. So, they need to fucking dial their shit back. And, they need to release a lot of people. Because, again, what they're doing is illegal. It's not right, and it's un-American. And one day, they're gonna be held accountable for it. So, until that day, please take care, everyone. Be good to each other. Be good to yourselves. I love you all. Take care.